Hello and a hearty welcome to today's topic. Today I want to talk about yoga and what yoga means for me. And I want to share my experience with you. And my name is Monika Hanschk. I'm glad that you're here with me. Yoga is very fascinating. It actually, I think I got to yoga about 17 years ago. It's quite a while, but it has changed over time what yoga actually means to me. In the beginning, yoga was important for me because it was a kind of exercise I'm doing. It was challenging because going into the different poses and not being able to quite move in the way that it looked really, really cool got me into yoga, and I really enjoyed that. Obviously, it also had some other effects on my life, being more calm, being more relaxed after yoga, and being able to step up to the challenges ahead again. But there were certainly aspects there, like pranayama and meditation, which I certainly didn't like in the very beginning. That has changed now, but why is that so? Well, first of all, let me explain something. It's quite difficult to explain that in English, but in German, we have two different words for yoga. So it's not just the yoga, it's actually der Yoga and das Yoga. And the difference is very profound. So das Yoga is actually the explanation for the different exercises, the different poses that you do. Like, for example, the triangle. Everybody knows the triangle, and if you ask somebody on the street what's yoga, they will basically tell you, oh, it's that pose, it's that pose, it's that pose. It's some kind of sport, some kind of gymnastics that you do, and that's yoga. And that's basically the German word das Yoga. But there is a second word for yoga, der Yoga, and that's different. And what's the difference? Well, the difference is that der Yoga is actually a lifestyle. It's a kind of way how you live, how you deal with situations in life. So it actually affects a lot more because it looks into things like the philosophy behind the things, how you react to other people. Today's life is very much a kind of like there are certain aspects in life that are very much at the forefront of our minds, which is kind of like fear, doubt and anger and aggression and looking at what's mine, and kind of like these kind of feelings are at the forefront of our mind, and we are just reacting to hopefully get the best out of our life, but we are not really in the here and in the now to actually receive what's there. We are most times we are worried about something that happened in the past, or we are worried about something that might happen in the future and that will affect our life. And what's actually happening in the here and now, we just can't see, because our thoughts are either in the past or in the future. And yoga as a lifestyle actually tries to change that, because it wants to bring us in the here and now. And that's an aspect of yoga which I really enjoy. So when I started yoga, it was some kind of like, in the Western world, you learn some kind of hatha yoga, and you have your asanas, you have your practice, and you do certain poses one after the other, but you're missing some kind of connection. Or at least for me it was that way, that I was missing a connection. How am I coming from one pose to the next? Where is this flow, I was missing something, and I found it really difficult to actually practice yoga at home, because it was usually kind of like, come on, let's do some yoga. What am I going to do today? I could do heart opening exercises, I could do something for my hips, or I could do, I don't know, what am I going to do? And so I was relying on a teacher to actually tell me, hey, do this, do that. This is the focus of today's lesson, and that's what we are doing. And I found that very difficult. But then, when we had this lockdown situations because of Corona, I actually felt, hang on, I've got a hell lot of a time because we had to close our hotel. And yeah, what do you do when you don't serve your guests? And I took that time to actually find my way of yoga. And my way of yoga is a very, very interesting coincidence actually, because when I started to look into yoga more deeply, and I learned about philosophy and how it all works together, I learned about the Ashtanga Yoga. And Ashtanga Yoga, for me, the first kind of like when I first learned about Ashtanga Yoga, I was just like, oh my God, what's that? This is amazing. This is very acrobatic. This is really, wow. I basically watched La Ruga Glasa on a YouTube video, and I was so impressed watching her for 1.5 hours, constantly doing chaturangas and really heavy exercising without any drops of sweat. And I'm like, how can you do that? She didn't breathe heavily, yeah? She didn't sweat really, but she was doing a really, really difficult practice. And I thought, oh, Ashtanga is nothing for me. That's nothing I can do because I'm just not flexible enough. I'm just not, I just don't have enough power to do that. That's not my way of yoga. But funnily enough, I actually, got across Ashtanga Yoga a couple of times in the following weeks. And I actually met Dr. Ronald Steiner, the guru, yoga guru for Ashtanga in Germany. And he actually changed my mind about Ashtanga, because Ashtanga actually has two simple things that make it really, really interesting. One thing is that in Ashtanga you have the focus on your breathing. Yeah? So the breathing is more important than actually the poses that you're doing. So it's really, really important to be in this flow, in this meditation on your mat. You're doing a meditation whilst you're moving, and that's so cool because you have this flow of breathing in, doing a movement, breathing out, doing a movement, breathing in, doing a movement, breathing out, doing a movement. And it's so easygoing. It doesn't have to be difficult, because he also taught me a basic form where I have this feeling of the pose. I have this the good things that pose is actually offering me. I can feel them in an easier way, yeah. But I have this meditative flow because I'm doing this vinyasa, and this is really, really cool. The second thing, which really is my kind of thing with Ashtanga, is that I've got a certain praxis. So I know exactly when I do this pose, the next pose is this one, and the next pose is this one, and the next pose is this one. So for actually practicing yoga, the only thing I need to decide is roll my mat out and I'm doing yoga. And that is so, so cool. I no longer need to think about, oh, what am I going to do today? Am I going to do the heart opening ones, or am I going to do the hip ones, or am I going to... No, I'm just practicing yoga. And it starts with Surya Namaskara A. It follows this, that, and the other. And I have this meditative flow. And when I actually get up from my mat after Shavasana, I'm just so relaxed, so easygoing, so thankful that I've practiced. And this feeling is just so nice and so different compared to the fear, the anger, the sorrows, the worry. Yeah, and that's what I love about yoga. So yoga is not just practicing some kind of like exercises. It's not just about the breathing. It's also about, how do I feel inside? How do I perceive my inner world? And how do I perceive the outer world? Is it really like everybody wants to paint the picture for me? Or do I see that actually different? Yeah? How do I perceive my inner world, and how do I reflect that in the outer world? So one example, there will always be people who who aren't nice, yeah, but maybe I just don't understand why are they that way. because maybe somebody hurt them in their past. Maybe somebody taught them a certain aspect in their life and they had it really hard, and that's why they're that way now. Yes? You can change your perspective and you can change your way of looking at things. And the thing is, if I can change, others can too. So if I can actually show others, hey, this is my way of thinking, hey, this is my way of feeling, and I'm doing that because I'm practicing yoga as in their yoga, as a philosophy, as a lifestyle, then I can actually have a positive impact on others. Isn't that great? I can actually have a positive impact on others because I can show them how I perceive the world, how I feel about things. And yeah, maybe they think, oh wow, she's actually doing well. She's actually having a nice way of thinking about things. I like that too. I want to try this out. And that's something I find, has changed my perspective on life a lot, especially in the last couple of years. So yeah, Ashtanga Yoga is actually mine now, totally, because I actually decided to become an Ashtanga Yoga teacher myself. So yes, now I'm practicing Ashtanga in a way that I didn't think possible 2 years ago, but now it's just mine, and I see how I become more flexible, and I see how I become more relaxed, and I can actually practice things which I found really, really difficult in the beginning. And 2 of those things were meditation and pranayama. Yeah, I didn't quite like it. I wouldn't even say I didn't like it. I hated it in the beginning. But now it's actually a way of dealing with situations that life's throwing at you, with challenges. And I actually have a big repertoire, have many solutions that I can actually use to be myself again. Yes, I can use meditation, I can use pranayama, I can use asanas, depending on what I need. And that's really, really cool. And yeah, hey, if you like, I would love to share that with you. So if you happen to do a fasting arrangement with us here in the hotel, I'm glad to show you my way of yoga. And I invite you along to just try it out and find out for yourself what yoga could mean for you. Okay, well, that's it for today. I'm looking actually forward to next week's topic when we are talking about nutrition as a yogi. There are a couple of things to consider, and I invite you to join me for that topic next week. But until then, bye bye for now.